Hello everybody, Larkin Omega here. Welcome to my Modded Factorial playthrough. The list of mods is in the description of the video that you're watching, whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube. It'll be there. This is episode 7 of Modded Factorio. And we need to expand my iron real quick. Decided that this backup is not acceptable. And I do need a lot more iron, so we will plunk down a couple of those, get them in place. We do need a couple more. I'm glad I've got a whole bunch of inserters ready to go because, yeah, I'm just out of iron is what it comes down to. And it's starting to get to me. So we need to put down power pole, and then we put this up here. Like, my production is just grinding to a halt for the most part because I'm out of iron. I've got these 4 going, and this one hasn't been running really. So now maybe we'll wear down the thing a bit. I am using Factorissimo, and I just finally unlocked my first Factorissimo building for power, and it's working pretty darn good. This whole pole is a problem because this doesn't need to be here anymore. So we can pick this, and we're just cruising along. I'm waiting. Oh, I got enough. So we're gonna make another Factorissimo building, and we're probably gonna move all of this automation into that and have it better situated, instead of this mess right here like it is with the research and everything. So let's go ahead and grab up started. While that is crafting, I'll run up north and grab some stone and bring it back down for my stone smeltery. My coal appears to be slowly running out. That's a problem. So we need to do that first. We need to deal with the fact that the coal is kind of running low first. Before we get on to moving everything around. Because what's going to happen is when I move everything, the coal supply is going to suddenly shoot up. And we're going to have plenty, and then I'm not going to think about it until we're almost out again. So if the coal runs out, I'm going to run out of power, pretty much. As it is right now, I don't have to worry about it too much. But, you can get some electric miners on this one, and I think I'm going to move all of these over to here. And get that changed up. So I just got my other tool belt, which is really, really nice. And we got my Factorissimo building built, which we're not going to mess with yet. I'm going to drop all this stone off here. Using the warehousing mod, so this is a storehouse, which is just basically a 3x3 chest. Which is really useful because you can have 12 outputs out of it. In fact, with my train unloading station, I do something neat with the actual warehouses, which are 6x6, and they store a lot. It's really neat. You can fill up a blue belt easily with fast inserters. With the stack inserters, I'm probably not going to need that much, but it'll still be nice to have the storage space. Okay, so we need to get the coal situation, figured out because not back. Well, it's back up, but we need to get the coal situation figured out. Let's get some iron and make some electric miners. Probably doing way too much manually. Oh yeah, I'm using up a lot of iron. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these lines right here and here. And then just let them continue to make their things, but just starve them out. It'll use up what resources are available, but what I can do in the meantime is start picking stuff up. Yeah, Yeah, I made use of you when I probably shouldn't have. We'll put you there and you there, and we'll put one more right there like that. Plunk a hole down right there. And how are you guys getting power? Oh, there is a pole there. It's just being hidden. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave that there like that. We will grab this, and we will redesign my science setup so it's not so spaghetti-ish. Because right now, it really, really is. Do I just want to let it run, or do I want to... I kind of want to pick it up. So let's just grab all this. And we'll grab all this and get it all picked up in my inventory. I could use the extra belts anyway. How many belts did you have? Jeez. Bunch of belts here. We'll pick all this up. We'll create less demand for the coal, and then maybe I'll have enough built up iron that I can go up and do the coal thing. Okay. Yeah, this is just a mess. It worked, but it was a mess. Tried to fit it in way too small a spot. So what we'll do is we will probably pick up all this red science too and throw it all in a couple. Oh, there they're getting not. Oh, nothing's getting power now. Yeah, okay. Let's run some power up like this. Alright, so I've got 4 and 59, so just drop them all into one. That's not a good distribution at all, but it'll work for right now. We can just leave that there. So, got this running. We've got this running, got this running. Maybe the coal will build up. Okay, so we need to get this building put down. So the best thing about Factorissimo is that you can pick it up and it saves everything on the inside. So I think I'm going to have iron, copper and iron coming from the right. And if I'm doing red and green science, you know, I've got a design for this that I like to use that I don't remember what it was. But I can pop that up and take a look at it. And there it is. Okay, so this design is really nice, and it's already telling me that I'm wrong. I need to bring in the copper from the bottom and then iron from the middle. So we will plan for that. So this is going to be iron, and this is going to be copper. And we need a blue, right? Okay. So that was fun. Anyway, so we are now, yeah, had an interruption. Anyway, we are working on this. We're getting this set up the right way. This is a design that I got off of Reddit. So don't be surprised if you recognize something about it. All right. Because it's pretty straightforwardly stolen. And I think... You know what? I can't fit the whole design in here. But that is okay. I can actually deal with that. Because I don't do the sushi style that he did in this. Instead, what I will do is I'll just send them up and out. Yeah. So what I'll do is instead of building the whole design, I'll build the red and green science part over here. And then I'll do the blue. I think I can fit the blue and purple all in one. But anyway, let's continue on with this. So the good thing about this design is it scales pretty well with what you are doing. So we need to designate this as the gear production right here. And it needs to have a blue and a yellow coming down on it to make this work. Remember, this is iron feeding in to the second spot. That's going to be somewhat challenging for me because of the way I've got my smeltery set up. But this shouldn't be too bad. And then we've got a whole bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I'm going to have to move this. So time to pick everything up. So it might not be that big of a deal to have it coming in like that. In fact, what I will do is that this will now be copper coming in, and it will come down to here and then jump over, and this will be the iron. So we will have this jump. Double check the bottom of this design. Yeah, we'll just have it jump. Well, I need to switch that now. We'll have it jump like that and then come over like this. And we do need a belt going north, so we'll call you that. That belt, and then this will come up like this, and everything is good. Okay. Alright. Now this is iron and this is copper, which is perfectly fine by me. We will plunk the blue one down right here. So then the iron needs to turn there. And you are the gears. Oops. Okay, and then the copper needs to go north here, and that little thing to make sure that it works well. Iron goes in like that. That goes there like that. And then we've got these, which go from here. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. And then these are all red science. Okay. And let's go ahead and put some inserters down. First one, they all go in the middle. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then this belt goes all the way up here, like that. And then the third one, this belt splits off, like that. And it goes 1, 2 spaces, so don't need those 3. And I've got another belt that comes in like this and goes up. And I know a lot of people say that you should really spend your own time with Factorio and figure things out for yourself, but I kind of did already. This design is really, really nice, so I am definitely going to make use of it. So that needs to be a blue, but this one can be gray. So let's go ahead and make up another blue. And plunk you down right there. You need to be the inserters. You are the circuits. And you are the copper coils. Okay. So, we got that set up. And now for the green part, which is extends up here. And all these are blue. So I actually need to go get some more resources to make these. So, what do I need to make blue? Copper and iron. And I don't have enough iron. Luckily, these have been pumping out the iron so far. I'll just go ahead and grab a couple more copper. Ooh, we are running low on coal. Well, we'll make do. Maybe we'll get it figured out. Okay, so I need 4 blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get all that made up. Oh, you are transport belts. Now, I know I'm leaving a whole big space over here that is just kind of empty. And for now, I'm going to stick my science in here. I'm going to go pick it up and just stick it in here and just feed this over. Sorry, the most complicated red and green science setup I've seen to date, and it's not even done. Inomia, how many hours do you have in Factorio? And it's really not that complicated. Once the resources start flowing into it, it will not be that complicated, I promise. It'll make a lot of sense. But since I'm just sitting here... Oh, that fits perfectly. Oh, this is the perfect height. Good. I'm so glad about that. But since I'm just sitting here, it does probably look a little bit complicated. Okay, so I can bring those over, and then these need to go all the way up to right... Yeah, we'll put it in the middle. Okay, so these are just yellows, and then these are all just yellows. Oh yeah, that is right. This one does the... So in order to get the science belt situated, you have to use little intermediary belts to feed the green science onto it. Okay, and these are all green science. Alright, and let's get these inserters down. I believe all these are just in the middle. Yep. About 400. Oh, yeah, well, okay, so I made it slightly more complicated than it needs to be. You should have seen my outside setup. It was a little bit easier. What in the name of the Under-Earth building mod? This is Factorissimo. It allows you to build factories inside of buildings and send inputs in and out. So, yeah, this is the mod that is making me play this game. You can also do power. And he recently added day-night cycle inside the buildings themselves. So, to my mind, it's perfectly balanced because there's a lot of space in Factorio, and just compressing the space down a little bit is not, it's not a negative thing in my mind. So, all right. What am I doing now? Oh yeah. That's right, I'm feeding everything into the right spots. So I'm going to need a lot of... And you feed there, and you feed there, and you have one yellow input and one red. Reach over, and then you've got a bunch of these. You double up there. I'm going to need at least 5 of those. I'm going to need one of those. Yeah, otherwise I think I'm doing pretty darn good here. Okay, so you... blue. So, while you say it is more complicated than it needs to be, the throughput on this is pretty steady. And it allows you to research at a regular rate compared to, like, just a thrown together... just like a thrown together setup. So it's pretty nice. The major bonus of these of this mod Factorissimo is that I don't have to provide power poles. The whole thing is powered via this specialized substation. So let's see, my red science usually consists of 6 with a row, 1 making gears, 1 input, 1 output. Green is 6 assemblers in a row with 1 input, 1 output, and then 4 assemblers making inserters and belts. Means on site, then J2 extras. Actually no. So the final, this is working inside of a bigger design, and these 4 actually provide enough. And you'll see in a bit. The blue science is a little bit less than the optimal setup, but it's not too bad. So let's go pick up my science real quick. And we will grab all this stuff. Grab all of this, and we'll set the science up on the inside. This design actually works really well. I've used it before, so we'll see when I get done with it. Alright, let's drop 1, 2, 3, and then this isn't going to be permanent, so I don't need to do the double up. 2, 3. %. Yeah. The 1/2 is a pretty decent point to try and hit with it. But honestly, it's not too important. I mean, it depends on what you're doing with it, right? If you are trying to minimize the amount of time you spent actually researching science, the 1 per minute or 1 per second is really good, yeah. But eventually you do run out of stuff to research. So getting there as quickly as possible while in the early game is a good idea. It's not super duper important to make sure it's happening the whole game long. So here's the really good thing about this. Pick it up. And then we can just put it down right here. And it would work. It would just straight up work right here. But I'm going to space it out just a little bit. Put it right there. Now, I'm actually not providing enough resources for this build to work correctly. I need a double belt of iron and a double belt of copper. But for right now, it'll start getting the job done. And there's the power. And now we can go in and we can see the whole thing working. Well, I guess I don't technically need a double belt of copper. It just needs to be a saturated single belt because it's feeding into one side of the belt. But the iron does benefit from having a double belt going into it at full rates. So yeah, you are actually not grabbing. Oh, that's what is wrong. I didn't put any input here. All right. There we go. I was wondering what was happening. And you don't have your input at all. In a red inserter. Yeah, I realized that after I missed a couple inserters. There we go. That should be working. I need more resource production. This green is not going to keep up too well. I need to double up my iron, basically, is what it comes down to. But now that I have this set up, all I have to do is feed copper, and it'll be a good time. So I can move this building around as I want, and all of this. It actually continues working as long as it's got stored power. You can see the accumulator there. So it'll keep working and I'll keep researching even if I've got it in my pocket. So you do. With this setup, you actually have enough gear production, provided the iron production doesn't go down. It'll work constantly. Oh, I didn't think I could get achievements with I didn't think I could get achievements with mods on. Anyway, it is just enough for what this setup is, because you're using gears here and here, and then with all these, you can see the gears are even now backing up, and it's moving at a pretty constant pace at the moment. This is actually not producing 100% constantly, and I think that's because, yeah, the inserter can't get the belts out onto the belt fast enough. So this is backing up a little bit, and then this one is not quite got enough electronic circuits coming in, because this is just a gray. I think they changed... Well, no, they didn't change that. I'm talking out my butt at this point. But yeah, the one gear assembler works just fine for all of this. So, and in fact, it'll back up. It'll get to the point. Now, if I increase these all to blues, I would need to either put another input on this and another output on it for it to keep up, or increase it to a level 3 assembler. And I've done that. I've updated this in the past and increased the red by 1, increased the blue by 1 or 2. But this is a really well-balanced design, which is one of the reasons that I use it. But now that this is situated, and wow, I didn't start my timer. That is wonderful. Let me run back and check and see. I am probably about time to stop, but we'll run for a little bit longer. I'm glad I got this set up. I don't quite like where it's at in relation to the rest of the factory, and in fact, this smeltery setup needs to be improved immensely. But for right now, oh, you know what I can do? I can make another Factorissimo building and build a foundry inside of it. And I'll probably do that next time. We need to improve the... Oh, we ran through all that stone. We need to improve the throughput of the coal, because right now I've just got these 2 inserters going. Need to probably get electrical miners up here and get this started clean out with the burner inserters, or the burner drills. But yeah, I accomplished what I wanted to today. So I think that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for checking out Modded Factorio. I'm really enjoying these mods so far. They've been really, really neat and really nice to play with. So, this is Larkin Omega, and I'll see you guys next time. And I want to say thank you for tuning in.